Hi everyone! Today's review is the new book from Anastasia Koldareva. It's called Amarantine or Amarantine, and it's the fourth in her series of portrait books in this format. So the first one was called Mysteria, this one here. The second was Nocturnes, and the third was Serenity. So this is the most recent, obviously, apart from Amarantine. And I don't know how she manages to produce these books at such a rate of knots. It seems like she's got one coming out, you know, straight after the other, and it's really, really high quality illustration. So she's just incredibly, inherently talented to be able to produce this much work of such high quality. So I'm going to show you the previous images that I've coloured of hers, which you will have seen if you follow me on social media, just so that you can get a quick look at what these portraits look like when they are coloured. This one is one from Mysteria. I'll just angle it up so you don't get the glare from the light. I think I've done a couple more in this book as well. Yeah, there was this one that I did with all of the brown tones, and then there was this one, and then from Nocturnes I've completed this one, and from Serenity this one, which is also on my little business cards that I send out with giveaways. I'll just give you a little peek so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, I really like Anastasia's work, as you can tell. And this book is definitely not a disappointment. It's very much more of the same. So if you're a fan like me of Anastasia's previous work, this is just a continuation of that, and you'll absolutely love it, I'm sure. So same size, shape, format as the previous books. As you can see, we have a left-hand side binding, a ring binding, and there are no extraneous pages in these books. There are no initial copyright pages or titles or anything like that, and there's nothing at the end either. So you're purely getting a book full of illustrations. So as I mentioned, Anastasia has a distinctive style. You get the circle and then the close-up portrait of the person inside, usually females, and then there are some nature elements in there as well, so flowers, plants, foliage and things like that. So I'll just go through them. Again, as you'll know if you watch my channel, I am not really up on plants and botany, so I can't really tell you what each of these are, but I can try and make a guess. This looks like a blackberry bush. This might be one of the easier ones. So you can see we have the little flowers that come on the blackberry bush as well as the fruits themselves. And each of the portraits have a very light shading, so I would not describe them as grayscale. They're just very lightly shaded, and it just gives you a bit of a guideline as to where to put your shadows. So not sure on this one. I'm going to guess clematis, because I haven't got a clue what they look like. So just the first word that came into my head. Now this looks like a lily, maybe a stargazer lily. And she's got some ropes of pearls coming down as well. And the thing you'll notice with Anastasia's portraits is we get some really unique hair going on, and just these different elements that seem so simple but really beautiful, the way that she's put them together. We've got a couple of males in this book, which is great because you don't often see male portraits in colouring books. So you can see we've got this guy here, and he's wearing what looks like an animal carcass necklace, and he's got the bird perched on his shoulder in the woods there. This one's gorgeous as well, her hair especially in this beautiful plait, and the horse obviously as well. And I'm just trying to figure out these plants and flowers, but I think that's the one thing that I would say I would like to be included with this book, is that there should be a glossary or something at the back that tells you each page and what is on it, so that you can research the flower itself if you want to make them the realistic colours and things that they actually are. So this is a jellyfish one. You can see the jellyfish is kind of making up her hat over here, and all of the tentacles of the jellyfish are merged in with her hair and seaweed. It's just a really nice composition. This is a gorgeous one as well. We've got a little bit of what looks like light watercolour background going on. We've got some owls, and just the look of her with her eyes closed and having the cape on and the hood. I can imagine this one being a beautiful finished piece, especially by those who, you know, have real proficiency in art. So here we've got a lot of forest type things. We've got mushrooms and toadstools and different fungi and things like that. Here she's looking towards the camera. Now again, we've got another male figure, and this one is a Native American tribal figure, so you can see that his headdress is made of this wolf skin or this wolf head, and all the feathers are going to look amazing, either coloured in completely different tones like rainbow colours, or kept to one specific colour like maybe turquoise, aqua, something like that. Yeah, really, really nice illustration. So this one is, I believe, a hummingbird. Again, I'm not sure on the flowers, but this lady's having a little nap on the rock. And we've got a couple of girls here. So again, with the pearls kind of encrusted and embedded into the hairstyles, that's very much something that you'll see throughout Anastasia's books. Again, just a beautiful illustration. So this one is African inspired, and I'm loving the beads that are hanging down from the headscarf as well. This reminds me of one of the previous ones that I did, the one that I showed you with all the fish swimming around. As you can see, her hair is kind of floating around, and it's definitely, I would think, an underwater scene. So it's interesting to see what people are going to do with that one. Here's the one that I've coloured, which you will have seen already. If you follow me on social media, I'll just tilt it a little bit in case of glare. And I did actually do a tutorial on how to colour sunflower petals and how I painted the centre of the sunflower with gouache paint as well. So if you want to have a look at that, it'll be on my most recent videos after this one. Yeah, again, really enjoyed colouring it. I used luminance pencils and a few Prismacolors, but mainly luminance. And yeah, I like how I've kept the colours quite cohesive. So I started off by colouring the sunflower petals first, and then using the green and some of the ochre from this to create the colour of her eyes. And again, I wanted to sort of keep it tied in, so I made her lips this orange colour to match the sunflower, keeping her hair nice and soft with brown tones. And then the background, I didn't know what to do, but I thought sunflower, really warm, sunny summer's day, so I just did a little gradient of bright blue there for the sky. So we've got another man here with a dragon, and I just love, again, the composition, how he is sort of stretching himself to follow the line of the dragon. We have a lioness, I think, and again with the decorative beads and the dreads. The hair is always something really fun in Anastasia's books because there's a lot of different styles going on. So these, I think, are dandelions, because you can see the dandelion seeds here, and I recognise the leaves. So we've got a little lizard or a gecko or something there just upon her hand, and again with the hair and the pearls and the beads. I love these loose fishtail braids, and these look like pansies, I think. So here we've got some more birds. I think, are these aren't hummingbirds, are they? What's the other one that I always get mixed up with? Hummingbirds and kingfishers, because I don't know why, they just look the same to me. But you can see we've got some feathers coming down from the hair, like roped in, what you'd get maybe on holiday or something, you know, when you go to the beach and they're always doing hair braids and things. We've got another male here, again with the Native American look, all the feathers, the huge headdress. Lots of leaves on this one. We've got an eagle, I think, and again she's wearing the cape. It could be the same girl, I don't know. You could make this into a series of the same girl, or a couple of pages framed. This next one is chestnuts. So you can see that we've got them inside the shell, and we've got the, I think, are they oak leaves? And here is an oriental inspired illustration. So she's got the dragon tattoo and the bamboo and things behind her. Again, the hair is just brilliant, all twisted behind her. And that is the end. So I will be leaving all the links in the description for where you can find this book if you wish to buy it. The paper itself, because I always forget to talk about the paper, is really thick. It's the same stock as the previous 3 books, so if you've got those, you'll know. It's bright white, and it does have a tooth to it, but I would say it's more smooth than toothy. So a light tooth, but as you can see with my illustration, my colouring page, it takes layers beautifully. This face had so many layers on it you wouldn't believe, because it looks like there's hardly any difference in tone of the skin whatsoever. But I actually did an initial layer of pan pastel and really worked that into the paper, and then I did about 3 or 4 layers of coloured pencil after that. So it takes media really, really well. So again, links will be in the description. Let me know what you think of the book in the comments, and I will see you soon on Colour with Claire.